Chair recognizes Mr. Gonzales for 5 minutes for his questions.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Director. Y'all been doing a fantastic job getting back to law and order. I represent Fort Bliss, and Biggs Airfield has been at the epicenter of getting things back on track. I've visited there several times. These repatriation flights work. One of the issues, or one of the concerns that I have, is staffing. You know, when I visited a few weeks ago, I noticed that there was only a handful of civilian coordinators on the ground. You know, when you have three people sharing a shift, that makes it difficult. Can you, my specific question is, what role does ICE have in ensuring that the bases that are actively assisting with repatriation flights, like Fort Bliss, are adequately staffed, especially with civilian personnel?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, and I thank you for the question. One of the things recently under Secretary Zome's leadership in this administration is the whole of government approach we've taken to addressing our current needs within ICE. DOD has been an excellent partner, specifically, sir, Fort Bliss, Biggs Airfield is a key part to that. Through our contracting and budgeting, we want to ensure that we actually have men and women, officers and agents who carry a gun and badge out protecting the homeland, doing the job that they swore for. It's going to be key for us to recruit and maintain and really hire these key civilian contractors to help us achieve that mission. By having those contractors working at the facilities, as far as medical care, housing, food, processing, that'll ensure that, as I said earlier in my comments, that we are moving swiftly, because since I said ICE, we do not detain for punitive, we detain and remove, to move that process quickly, and as well as get the men and women who are sworn law enforcement back on the street.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Can you speak, how many ICE flights have we performed out of Fort Bliss? Do we know how many illegal aliens that we've successfully removed? Details matter.
Yes, sir, and I'll take that as a get back and get that exactly for your office. But ICE Daily is doing flights every day. Just yesterday, we had over 55 missions going international all over the country. And that is one of the things that I'm dedicated to, is ensuring that we do not have a bottleneck in our detention, that we are not clogging up detention space, and those that have actual final orders removal or detention, deportation orders, that we are swiftly and humanely returning those individuals back to their country.
Excellent. I look forward to continuing to collaborate on this. I want to make sure that ICE and ERO, that y'all have all the resources you need, you have all the personnel, you have all the policy you need to go out and perform your mission. And I appreciate you working alongside DOD. I think this has been very successful. Once again, highlighting the fact that Fort Bliss has been the epicenter. It's working. It's working in a very positive manner. My next question is on task forces. Task forces work, especially HSI-led task forces. ICE is certainly a big part of that as well. Can you just speak to the importance of it? You know, as we're working through the budget process, we're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. What is your thoughts on task forces?
Sir, my thoughts, 100% task forces are the key to securing the homeland. You know, under the executive order with the establishment of the Homeland Security Task Forces, there'll be Homeland Security Task Forces in every state, addressing those issues at the border in North and South, as well as our maritime operations, but really hammering down on those public safety threats that are in those communities, specific to states and regions. And I think the key is having the whole of government come together between Department of Justice, all of the entities within DHS, bringing all those law enforcement entities together in the intelligence network that has will help us cripple or, eradicate these transnational gangs, these transnational terrorist organizations that are actually operating within the border and on the border. I think task forces are the key to that.
And my last comment is, we had the Secretary Noem testify before us last week, and she highlighted there's over 600,000 confirmed convicted criminal aliens loose in our country, and that's a huge number. And it's going to take everyone coming together to make sure that gets taken care of. Once again, convicted in a court of law, criminal illegal aliens, and ICE is going to be key to that. Thank you for your testimony, and Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you, sir.